Hey, I'm Melissa Rose, Angela from Sleepaway Camp, and I just want you to know that you're watching Mr. Tony of the Dead. Yeah!
Hey everybody, what's going on? Mr. Tony of the Dead here, and I have another movie review for everybody out there, and this one's going to be on Lisa Frankenstein. This was sent over to me from Universal Pictures Home Entertainment, and you could own it right now on digital, but you have to wait till April 9th to get this on Blu-ray and DVD. This movie was directed by Zelda Williams, and it's starring Katherine Newton, Cole Sprouse, Liza Soberano, Henry Eikenberry, Joe Crest, and Carla Gugino. This movie's about this girl named Lisa, and she's kind of like very misunderstood, and she's a loner in school, and her mother, 2 years prior to the start of this movie, which is set in 1989, she was brutally murdered, and Lisa heard the whole thing. She ran and like her mother told her to do, and she ran away, and she heard everything happening. When she came out of the closet, then there was just a big murder scene. Her mother was hacked up by some axe murderer. Fast forward 2 years, and Lisa's father is now remarried, and his new wife also has a daughter. And her daughter is like the typical cheerleader, like in every kind of movie, except in this movie, she's actually nice to her stepsister. She wants her to, get known by people. She wants her to blend in with the crowd and have friends and that. And Lisa's just not about it. She's kind of a loner. She listens to a lot of The Cure and all that kind of like depressing kind of things back then. It's depressing, but it's healing at the same time. And she spends a lot of her time at this Bachelor's Cove cemetery, and she has a favorite grave that she talks to all the time. Doesn't know anything about this guy or anything, but it's a very nice tombstone. There's like a carving of like what he looked like on the top and everything, and he died unmarried, it said. And she just talks to this tombstone all the time, and one day she ends up going to this party, and she drinks this drink, kind of because the guy that she does like is like this writer for the school paper, and you know he's the only guy like she actually likes, and he sees her for what she is. And to fit in, she drinks this drink, she gulps it down, and she doesn't realize that it's actually spiked. So while she's hallucinating and seeing all this stuff, the sky is turning green, pictures are moving around and stuff, kind of trippy stuff she sees. Her lab partner tries to take advantage of her, so that like kind of freaks her out. And she goes to the grave site that she goes to all the time, and she makes a wish, like saying like, I wish I was with you right now. And that night some kind of magic was in the air because lightning struck that particular grave site, and lo and behold, the corpse comes to life and ends up coming to her house. And at first she doesn't realize what has going on, who it is, and starts to realize this is the guy from the cemetery, and goes on from there. Lisa Frankenstein is actually written by Diablo Cody, who also did Jennifer's Body, and I would say it's in that kind of a vibe. It's a very dark humor comedy horror movie in a way. It's I didn't really know what to expect when I went into this. I never saw a trailer. I just saw Lisa Frankenstein. Sounds pretty neat. Katherine Newton plays Lisa Frankenstein. Her real name in the movie is Lisa Swallows. She doesn't ever say her name is Lisa Frankenstein, but you see her like doing a rubbing on one of the tombstones, which is his. And they never actually say his name is Frankenstein. In fact, his name is Creature in it, which, if you think about it, from Frankenstein's monster, he's also called Creature. So it pays respects to that in a way. She tries to rebuild him. He's missing an ear and a hand, and he can't talk, and she like is trying to like help him get back to normal, I guess you could say. So certain things happen where they end up, I won't spoil it for anybody like who gets killed or whatever, but like people end up dying, and they take off pieces of the person. Like he needed an ear, so he took an ear off the person, and she sewed it on for him. It didn't work. But her stepsister has this tanning bed that like is on the fritz, and like kind of she almost got electrocuted in it, and she puts him in it and does the zapping thing, and then when you know, the ear works. So that's how they start to get these things to work. And every time he goes into this bed, he starts to look more and more normal, like not a corpse, like coming back to life completely. And so it's like a weird kind of love story, but it's very kind of dark. Like I said, the movie does take place in 1989, so you got a lot of good songs in here. You know, it's very bright, this movie, and it, in a way, it does kind of feel like it's the 80s, but yet I don't know, I think it's too bright for the 80s. I know the 80s had a lot of bright stuff, but I feel like, you know, my house in the 80s wasn't like, you know, the beginning of Saved by the Bell or anything with all those bright colors. But like, I know they played it off pretty good back then. They also pay homage to like Mork, for Rob Williams' character, and Mork and Mindy with like suspenders, and like certain things she says, like her stepmother, who's played by Carla Gugino, her name is Janet, so she'll like say, "Damn it, Janet," you know, in reference to Rocky Horror Picture Show. A lot of references in here. If you watch it, you'll get them. I've never seen Catherine Newton in anything else other than Ant-Man and the Wasp and Quantum, whatever that one is, that movie where she played, you know, she was his daughter. I've never seen her in anything else. I know she's in other things like Freaky. I've never watched it, but I think she's a good actress. I thought the guy who played the corpse was, you know, comical. You know, you could tell what he was trying to say, even though he couldn't say anything. Carla Gugino, who I love, was an absolute monster in this. She was the monster, really. She was like such a bitch in this to her, and she's blaming her for all this stuff, and she thinks wants everything to be perfect and whatever, and it just it's not working out for her. You know, she's blaming her for doing all this stuff. She smashed the window. Lisa smashed or not the window, the mirror. And, you know, when the corpse came through, he smashed the window and everything. And she was going to send Lisa to this like mental home for it. I guess she works in one of them. So she was, you know, got her in, and well, bad things happen to her after she finds out that that's where she's going. The funny thing is, too, in this, as the corpse is getting more and more alive or human looking, Catherine Newton's character, Lisa, is also developing more of a side to herself. She's usually doesn't say anything, and here she's talking a lot more. She's a lot more confident. She's changing her outfits more and more, and she looks amazing, absolutely amazing in this movie. Beautiful, beautiful woman. And her stepsister, her name's Taffy, and she's actually a likable character too. There's a lot of like I said, a lot of dark humor, and the music that is going on in one particular part with an axe coming down. It's funny because the music playing, and it's like a slow motion part, and there's blood going everywhere. It's kind of fun, you know, it's kind of funny. And on here you have deleted scenes, gag reel, resurrecting the 80s, and more. The deleted scenes, I watched them all, and it's a good thing they cut them out. I think what they did with the movie was fine. Didn't need those deleted scenes in here. One thing I don't like is that they say about the axe murder that killed her mom was never found. And I thought maybe they were going to have some kind of resurrection at the end. They're going to find out who was the murderer, and then maybe they would take out the murderer. And you never find that out. And I thought that was kind of like pointless to even mention it. Like you could just say like her mom was murdered or her mom died, but then to be butchered by this axe murderer that never got found out, you know, they never found out who he was, and you still don't know who he was, and it's kind of like it kind of left it there. And I was like, kind of want to know who it was. I thought that would be cool if at the end they found out, you're the one who killed my mom, and then they take him out or something like that. You know, I thought that would be a good way to add that in there, but just kind of like you don't even need to mention about that. So all in all, though, I thought this was a pretty good watch. I thought it was comical enough, you know, it kept my attention. I didn't pause it or anything. The ending of the movie, which I'm not going to spoil for anybody, but it kind of left me wanting a little more and a little confused, and I can't say why, because again, I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but what happens with Lisa, it's definitely an homage to, like, Frankenstein and the Bride of Frankenstein in a way, in that respect. But I don't know, I just wanted a little more. Maybe their story could keep going. Maybe could be a sequel. I don't know. But if not, I think it would be fine where it is. But I don't know. I guess I just wanted more. I guess I didn't want it to end. Maybe that's my problem. Maybe I wanted more of the story, stuff like that. But all in all, not a bad watch. I'd watch it again. I enjoyed it for what it was. It's not like I wanted to put it in right away again, like, oh, push play again and watch it again. But I could see myself watching this again someday. It definitely has some rewatchability, and it's not for kids. It's not like a kids Frankenstein kind of movie, or anything like that. There is a lot of adult humor in it and adult situations. So I would not say let your kids watch this. It's definitely not for them. But like I said, if you're interested in picking yourself up a copy, this is available April 9th in stores all over the place and online and everything. And right now you can get it on digital, but if you are a physical media person, wait till April 9th and you'll be able to get it. And it's the collector's edition. It has all this stuff on it, like I said, gag reels and behind the scenes and stuff like that. Also, I didn't mention, but it is rated PG-13. Well, that's it, everybody. Thanks for watching. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, follow me on all the social media links. I'll put in the description box, I'll put the trailer for this. I'll put links where you can go and find it and all that kind of stuff. Also, leave a comment below if you've seen this movie and tell me what you thought about it. Well, that's it, everybody. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later. Bye.